Hey, how are you doing? So yeah, you asked for the Lua script. So basically now it's not Lua that I was doing. I write a lot of macro that make my life easier. And most of the time I export them from the software so I can like update them quicker. Let me check. I should have them on my USB stick, I think. The new ones. They should be here. I'm doing a bit less shows this year. For now, just for the start of the year, and it's pretty exciting because I finally have time to update a lot of stuff. So yeah, that's quite cool because usually during the summer it's just a rush running from one show to the other, and I just write down a lot of stuff that I want to update from one show to the other, and I always take time during the winter to really update some stuff. Hi man, motivation. What's this? Beschleuniger. You guys have some awesome names all the time. Is that German? Kommt das aus Deutschland? Can I actually share my screen? Accelerator. Motivation. Beschleuniger. What does that mean, man? You accelerate motivation? NDI. That's what he wants. Remote control. Oh, screen convert. Screen capture. Where's my screen capture? That's it. With a blunt. Is it German? Or nothing to do? Ah, man. I guess that if I just change the setup, it's gonna go to black, right? It's working, great. And if we just move it like this, yay, can you guys read something when I go to this mode? Maybe I just should make it smaller a little bit. Where's the region of interest? I didn't take time to clean the computers or anything. I'm not sure this word really exists. Ich kann aktuell ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen. Nicht so perfekt, aber ein bisschen kann ich schon. So yeah, you guys should see my screen right now. So if I go, yeah, I'm sorry, like I'm having a large one. So if you guys cannot see, wait, I can go and just update. What's the right tool to do this? Oh, maybe, wait, I'm just going to switch my resolution, going to help better to 1080p. Because yeah, I know the large screen is a mess. So if you guys cannot see anything, that's not the best option, right? Now it's going to be a real mess. If I switch back. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, man, I'm so bad with all of this. A capture device, right? Now that's me. That's my camera, right? Yeah, no, I don't want to move that. I use Unreal Engine right now for working. So I do a lot of visual content creation with Unreal. And I used, like, I don't know if you guys know it, but like I used to do a lot of live streaming and virtual production stuff during pandemic. Is this working or is it stretching? Yeah, like let's say that this thing works, it does the job, right? So actually my screen is stretched. Okay, I know why. Need to update the screen, configure display, right? Yeah. Is it gonna be a mess like that all the time? I need to go to... Welcome on my live stream where I struggle with my computer and my screens because I have 3-4 different screens. It's amazing to work, but it's a mess to use, right? Especially for live streaming. Yeah, okay, that looks better. Let's try to bring this window back to something. Did it actually look stretched on your windows too, guys? Yeah. Yeah, for on PC, like it's a bit of a mess because like your screen 1 is supposed to be the screen you have on the lighting desk, right? So I try to not touch them too much. So most of the time when I work on screen 4 and 5 at the office. And so I can like have huge layouts. So right now you won't able to see anything, but like if I go to configure display, you can bring the scale down here. I don't know if you knew that. That helps you to see more on your computer. And then I have like a huge 4K TV in front of me where I can like display a lot of different things on just one. Hi everybody, how you guys doing? And yeah, so for the scripting that you saw on my Instagram story this weekend, I basically, let's just do it on screen 1. If you go into the macro view, like I have a shit lot of macros because they help me to do my job faster and automate a lot of process that's going on. And so this weekend I was working on some chaser stuff. Let me just load the show from this weekend. Yeah. And so here, my views are always like a mess. Sorry for that, guys. Macros. So here I made a lot of new ones. There's this display and layout like this. And they basically help me to, let's go to a beam chaser and choose what type of matrix blocks and groups and stuff I want directly on the layout interface. So I don't need to go and edit my recipes and stuff like that. And so like all those are a mess of macro stuff. Maybe in display 1. Is it here? Now, where does the editor show up? Here? Come on. Which window? Here. Let's move this to, which was it? Windows 2, right? Display 2. Okay, great. And so, yeah, like daily they come to update. I made a lot of variable functions and stuff like that. They come to update and then they store. And like, instead of like writing those for each type of groups and presets and stuff I want, because like they're all like matrix presets that are all stored into variables. And I have them for each of my fixture groups. So instead of doing this, I just go to export and I export this to my USB stick. And then if I go into it, so it's in GrandMA 3 library, MVR media, where is it exactly again? It's in the pool macros. If I just go for the last one, must be this one. And I think I usually like do my text work in Atom, but I'm not sure that it works for GrandMA 3. And so I have here, this is basically each line is your macro line. And so it's way more easier. For example, this one goes to C1, who is chase 1, if phase 2, phase from, blocks, and blah. If I want to change like all the, let me replace in buffer, must be this one. If I want to replace like all the C1 for C2, for example, have exactly the same one to control maybe like another chase group, I can just go find all, finds all and replace them all. And then I just file save and go and import it back into my GrandMA. And that's way faster and easier than to go here, right click, go to C1 and replace C1 by C2. We are talking about Resolume Arena, man, but maybe not today. Like you can subscribe to the channel. I think maybe next week or in 2 weeks, we're going to talk about Resolume. For now, today, it's mostly about just talking, answering some questions. And I need to update my channel graphics. So that was my main target today. Maybe you're going to do it live together, maybe not, like depending on you, if you guys have some question or want to see some custom things. But yeah, if you have some Resolume Arena question, feel free to ask them, man. Actually, like by showing you all this stuff, I didn't follow the chat that much. Like, what do you guys have for me? Tu as fait toi-même tes apparences en ce moment, j'ai l'air, c'est vrai. Yes. So like, yeah, I know a lot of people ask me that question. All their parents, I made them myself. So it's a real mess. When you go here into appearance, you have like way too many appearances. And my show file is like super, super heavy. So I spent hours and hours doing them. But at the end, it looks cool. And it looks like useful. It was one of my main challenges, especially in GrandMA 3, is that you no more have the playback pages, you have the button pages like you had before, executor pages. Don't know exactly how they talk them. So you have to do your own layouts. And by doing this, you need basically to update all your appearance. If not, it just looks like, is it just looking like, do I have some layout? Yeah, it just looks like nothing special, like something like that, where each square is a program, but you don't really know which one, and they all look the same. So what I mostly try to do is to have it look in a logical way so I can super easily find all my stuff. And I need a lot of buttons because I want separate control on every aspect of the show. So yeah, that's why a lot of buttons and what you see mostly on my Instagram stories and stuff are things that you won't see anywhere else because I just do it all myself. So less direct question, but maybe things I haven't seen or was walking around. Yeah, like I don't know if you know me well. I have a Resolume Arena tutorial on my YouTube channel, but it's like back in Resolume Arena 4. So I'm planning on recording a new one telling about how I play in Resolume for VJing, mostly electronic music and stuff, but in a 25 way. I was pretty lucky. I had a big show last week. So that helped me also to go back into Resolume and make sure that like all my show file is super nice and ready. So I wasn't ready for today because there's a lot of stuff I want to try before to make sure that the experience for you guys showing one of my show file looks good, just like the NDI mess that we just have. But yeah, for sure, maybe I think next week, if we can do it, not Monday, because on Monday we have a residency with some artists. So we're working on some show preparation, but maybe Tuesday or Wednesday next week, we go live talking about Resolume Arena only, and I will take you all on tour on my show file about how I play, mostly nightclub and festival jobs. Théo, je préfère poser ma question en français pour être sûr que ce soit compréhensible avec les macros pour que tu testes dynamique. Récemment, tous mes presets sont transformés. T'as une idée pourquoi? Alors, pour que tout le reste dynamique dans j'arrive pas à comprendre ta question, Théo. Théo, I don't understand the question. He's asking, he has an issue with macros and presets, number presets, and number preset callout. Is it on Graname 2 or Graname 3, man? That really depends because they don't, the appearance stuff is only in Graname 3. You don't have it in Meme 2. Let me take a look about what exactly we have here. Settings I did years ago. And that's just like, okay. Guys, do you want to see something cool? Actually, I think it's still open. Oh, no, it's not. I was just like, I exported a lot of stuff from my 360 cameras. And I had a tour this morning around all the stuff. Comment tu as déjà utilisé une macro preset 1.101 par exemple? Tu vois, le Discord l'invite ne semble plus fonctionner. Ouais, attends, je te l'envoie. I still have a Discord channel. It's not, well, I use it daily with my team, so but on private channels. But like we had tried to have the entire thing open so you guys can just asking questions. Let me just hit an invite link to friend. Now I want to, what's the invite link for everybody? Do we have that? Invite people, right? Copy button, and here we go. It's written hidden use copy button, right? I'm not connected anyway. Is like one of the moderator, like what the flow? Pierre, are you guys here? Can you just send a invite link to the Discord channel? Yeah, like for Resolume Arena, the output mapping is the biggest mess for, I guess, everybody. The interface is super easy to use. Like you just drag and drop things in. There's a lot of stuff in the interface that you can master and make much better. The output is definitely a very, very technical thing, and it really depends, especially like when you work with LED screen and big ones that don't have like a square shape all the time. It can be really technical and difficult, but all the rest in Resolume is pure joy to use. And I really like it because that's you have a nice tool that everybody is able to use, but you're able to shape it the way you want, really. And that's why I like to not do a very technical tutorial about Resolume Arena, because pretty much everybody likes and know how to use it. I like to go deeper and, okay, what's my way of using the software? How do I set up my own interface? Why do I do it this way? And all this type of stuff. You pinned it, man. So What the Flow just pinned the Discord channel. So feel free to join. Feel free to send messages. It's not that busy actually, but we try to answer, and we really use it like every day. So feel free to join the party, guys. It's also a better way to ask very technical or very precise questions if you have it. So we can share some screenshots and some stuff, and we can help you. What else do I miss right here? Théo, format 3, preset 1.1. Ouvre une macro et édite là dans la ligne macro. Tu tapes par exemple call. 3 va le transformer en call macro 10 par exemple. Okay, I'm gonna try this. So Théo needs some help on writing macros to call presets. Let me just jump back. So you tell me, man, that I should go to macros. Let's find a free spot and call. And then you tell me call what presets? I just have call, man. And if I go to call what number? Do I have it somewhere? I'm not sure I can call it, man. I don't know how to write maybe I can copy paste it. Can I? Yeah. Okay. That means it's calling itself, right? And then what's the point of doing this, Théo? Quoi l'intérêt de faire ça? Tu t'appelles toi-même. Et après, did you create your beam movement by yourself, the effects of position, or do you generate it? Hi Didi, to 12. I do all my movement with one pan and one tilt effect. Super basic. And then like I just come and update the pan and tilt position with some matrix stuff. I think like I didn't know this one. I think it's calling itself, right? Let me try. So I just go to call macro. I will love that, like, because it's always telling you like what is writing, but you have to write it finally now. Macro 198. Yeah, it's not the same, right? Exactly. Okay, I got it. It's like, so it's following my preset. It's dynamic. Thank you for the tip, man. I didn't know that. The thing is like my show file is, I try to keep it very, very organized because there's a lot of stuff into it. So making it dynamic, man, I will have a look at it because that looks amazing. But I know that my stuff never moves. Like my macros here are in a very specific place. All my sequences. I know that, like, for example, my color sequence, they start in 200, I think, or 300. So yeah, my show file, like, yeah, all my positions start in sequence 200, and like from 200 to 209, it's for 210 to 219, it's to the beam. And then I have like hybrids and washers and spots, and everything has a very logical place. And I know that a lot of people, when they have to work with my show file, they go crazy because everything is like organized in a pretty logical and informatic way, where when you work with lights, you want the lights to look good. But like, I'm not close to having the lights look good. I'm just trying to be mathematical and logically perfect on a lot of things, so that when I start working, I know that all this stuff is already done and working. That helps me saving a shitload of time. And my goal is, like, I want to, when I start programming on a show, when I come into a venue, I want to go as quickly as possible to the point where I do programs that gonna look amazing just for this show and this venue. So I want my colors, my gobos, my position, and everything to be as quick to program and to be in place as possible, so I can focus my 40 or 60 minutes I have on working on making the show very look unique and personalized for the evening and the place I'm working for. So like, yeah, all this stuff is super like well organized. It never moved. I was working in MA2 exactly the same way. And it's all like just one program with receipts. So like, I don't update anything on all that stuff. But like, yeah, so the tip is quite cool. Thank you so much, man. Tu utilises l'offset pour les positions? Non, ça je m'en sers pas encore. For position, I have one macro that's here. It's a position preset update. And basically I just choose the position of the pan of offset that I want. And then I just like 0, 90 degrees, 75, 60, 45. So I make like my position look very, very basic and generic, because most of the time, I think like 95% of the show time is moving stuff. And once they start moving, I make them move the way I want. I have the control on the movements, on the size, pan, tilt, and everything. So like the base position matters because they start moving from this point, but like it can stay super generic. The only thing I'm doing more and more, but depending on the artist, the setup, and the time, I do like a fixed position right in the center, and I have some fan effects, but even the fan effects, I'm looking to make them create generic by macros. Quand tu loads la macro pour un nouveau show lorsque tu fais un merge. So guys are asking like, how do I update? Basically, I just use the same show file everywhere. And all I do is go to the patch. My patch is pretty well organized too. So here I have some more stuff from this weekend, but I just go select down, delete. So I clean my patch, and then I just import an MVR. I put in every grouping the type of fixture that I want into it. For example, the beam, I could put them in my group 1 beam. If I have some type of beam hybrid that I can make some spots effects or stuff like that, I can put them into a group that I can hybrid. I have wash, spots, FX. It's not special effects. It's like gonna be like everything that is like super specific, strange LED controller LED bars and stuff like that have a little bit of moving. Then I have LED, strobe, blinder, traditional. If you have some more blinder, some more stuff. Face is my front light to light up my DJ or my band. Haze, and then like the rest is just like extra. Most of the time my 12 is lasers. And then like I just import from MVR, so I have all the 3D position, and from there I go there and I clone, because like, yeah, I have some I always have, now let's go to the right view in my patch. I have like a stage that's dedicated to master, so those fixtures never move. They are programmed once, but I should re-update them because I programmed them 1 or 2 years ago. But like I patch from them all the time. And then the whole show is just built off, I have a RGB preset update that works like this. It does like my red, my green, my blue, and everything. I have a position preset update that makes my basic position, and then I'm pretty much ready to go. Most of the time, I manually update my prism, my shutters, the zoom, because they're never perfect, and then I'm pretty much ready to go. So back to the chat. What did I miss? I can't figure out which program you are talking about right now. Man, this is Granime 3, who is a lighting control software. The lighting desk, the super expensive one that you find in every event. And it's like very high-end controller software, but in the same time, it's a fucking mess because it's a very old way of working and it's missing a lot of stuff. So when we are talking about macros, it's like if in Resolume you are missing some code, some automation and some stuff, and you can write those code yourself. So I'm basically have to write down what the desk, what the controller, the software is doing, so I don't have to push the buttons all the time. So for example, if you just go into my group creator, it just go each line isn't substitute something that I would have to do with the controller. So I have to select the fixture 1, then I push the button down, then I store into the group 2 in mode override. Then I get clear, then I select fixture 2, I push down, I store into group 3, select override, clear, fixture, and blah. And that's why macros is fucking exciting because it makes you save time. And at the same time, it's fucking stupid because you are paying a software, you're paying a lighting desk. There are people who are developing this thing and they didn't put the right features into it. So you have to write down yourself your own code to make it work the way you want. What else? Are you guys having a chat together? What do you use? I create every graphic assets and design into After Effects because that's the software I grew up with. That's the software I'm using the most to do design. And so like all the appearance and everything, they are all done in After Effects directly. So I have like one show file. I try a lot of things into it and I export them. I think they are all exported in PNG. So I have some transparency and some alpha channels. Hi, I'm new here. How do you learn about this? That's the good question, man. Welcome here. What's your name? Qubit 2-bit. Can you give a high-level explanation of how your equipment I want to learn about lighting works in concert? If I have to do it pretty quickly, lights are like, oh man, how could I say that? Lights are controlled by DMX. It's a protocol controlled signal. And you need a DMX controller that you plug into your lighting fixture so you can control them. And then basically all you are doing is like giving those lighting some fixed position, some fixed state, on, off, red, green, blue. You store this on buttons, and when you push the button, it's calling back the state that you stored. Does that help? Is that easy? And so like when you see me on Instagram pushing a lot of buttons, I'm just pushing like a lot of stuff that I stored before. And so like each button is turning on, making it red, making it blue, depending on what it does. And the way I work is like I put one feature per button. So I just have a huge palette to choose exactly what I want to push on. So that's why I see like when you go to my live color, I have every button is ready. So I can call every color for every group I want. So if I want everything in white, I just push all white. And I can still do my beam in red, my wash in blue. Same here, that's the second window I'm working with. I have like all my position, same for all my fixture groups. I have like all my zoom effects. Like if I want them small, mid, or wide, I have some gobos for the fixture that have gobos, prism open and stuff like that. And you can see like this is like working pretty fine. When I push, the thing goes on, but all the rest is still a mess. It's still work on. Some icons and appearance are okay. Some are like fucked up. And like I was just working on all this like delay. Any other question, guy? Well, you After Effects file, I'm a big cast man. Now the After Effects, the file for this thing is like pretty basic. It's just the same thing all the time. And like when I just work one button and I export it and it brings out a lot of different colors. So that's great. Yes, from After Effects, I just export one frame. So like I do a lot when people are always amazed, like the whole website and all my designs and everything, I do it all in After Effects. I like it because it's way quicker than Photoshop to generate stuff. I'm just used to work with it. So I'm way more faster working designing stuff in After Effects than in any other software. And Weepo, yeah, that's right. Download Graname 3 on PC and watch content. Even live just crash course. Voilà, c'est la mess. Man, feel free to subscribe. Like we're gonna do a lot of masterclasses and stuff too. I will try to help you guys understand and learn as much as possible. And also I'm really focused on sharing the way I work. So you guys, even if you know how to use the tool, I can help you see a different way of using it. Man, exactly. Now, I don't want to chat just GrandMA 3 today. Like, I want to do like a custom live stream where we start, because like just going into this show file, it's very messy. And in the same time, there's a lot of stuff you guys can't really understand because there is a whole logical way of building it. And I need to start from scratch and start from the patch and all that kind of stuff. But I know a lot of guys are interested by that. So I want to be sure that we do this kind of live stream at the right time, the right day. And that everybody has the info that, hey, we are going live and we can talk about it, because I got a lot of questions every day about like, hey, about all the questions you guys have on the GrandMA. So you have hardware to unlock parameter on previous, or do you do it on GrandMA 3 on PC 3D? I have Whiskey from GrandMA because I'm using WYSIWYG. I'm drawing a lot of 3D and shows with WYSIWYG. And then like, most of the time when I import an MVR file for all the basic stuff, I just use the 3D viewer that's built inside the software. It's working pretty fine. For what I need, it's working really great. And it helps me to save a lot of time. I use WYSIWYG mostly to draw and to make stage plots and stuff like that, but not that much for the previous 3D thing, because it's not looking that great, has very bad performance, and it's crashing my computer all the time. So it's way more easier for me and quicker to do it directly into the 3D GrandMA 3 software. Pas encore en Vectorworks et en Depends, not for now. Pas encore. On est passé sur WYSIWYG il y a 2 ans maintenant et on reste là-dessus. Dans tous les cas, c'est principalement pour faire du plan. Donc on n'a pas trop d'intérêt à faire du Depends ou autre. That you guys all need to understand is that I'm really focused on the result of what's going to happen. I talked about it last time. User interface are very important for me because I want to use a software that's looking good and that I have fun to use. But at the same time, I don't want to be disturbed too much by working with stuff that is cool to use and that I'm stuck into the cool thing. I have a lot of people, I see them working on Unreal Engine, and they spend 70% of the time, they spend just looking at how beautiful what they are doing is instead of doing things. So I have exactly the same. A lot of guys, they told me like, yeah, to program some lights, they need to see what it's going to do in 3D. They need a hardware to touch right buttons and stuff like that. I can fully understand that, but I feel like it's making me lose time, because like I'm losing time touching buttons. I'm losing time looking and enjoying actually the look of what I'm doing, where I want to just go straight to the point because I want to program a shitload of stuff. I never have enough time to program it all. So my main focus is on how can I program as quick as possible, and how can I come to what I want to do live as quick as possible, because 90% of the time I don't have time enough to do everything I want to show the crowd and to create all the effects and all the stuff I want to create. Even when we are touring, when we're on a touring show, we do 10, 15, 20 shows. And after 20 shows, there's still things I want to integrate in the show and I don't have time to. So yeah. So working with MVR files is actually quite cool, because you can import all the 3D and stuff directly into the MA3 software. And that helps you to not be stuck by getting like a WYSIWYG file that you have to open. And so you can export some patch or 3D infos from the WYSIWYG file. So MVR is like a big game changer for me. I really love it. And I'm still like, I'm a little bit sick because like I bought the WYSIWYG license like a year before switching fully on MA3. So I still needed to open the thing. And now I got like a WYG and an MVR all the time. And most of the time I don't open the WYG at all. Or if I open it, it's because I have a bit of time and I'm opening it because yeah, I just bought a license. Maybe I should try to use it. But for real, it's useless for me. What else, guys? Yeah, sorry for the guy who think he's gonna come on the Resolume chat. For sure, man. We're gonna do it next week. I don't know which day. But like send me a message on Instagram or like just show up on the Discord and I will send you like a notification to let you know when we're gonna go live and talk about my setup and how I use Resolume Arena. And yeah, for sure, we're gonna go and talk about the output mapping stuff. Yeah. Any other question? You guys want to know something? Can I close this GrandMA 3? Because that wasn't the point today. I wanted to work on updating the graphic assets. Where's the latest version of this After Effects stuff? Where are you guys coming from? All French? Shall we switch to France? Belgium. Dude, you were here last time, right? T'étais là la dernière fois déjà. So for all the guys asking, this is basically what I know it's missing files. Yeah. This is basically what it looks like making all those buttons and stuff. Way too many windows are open. All the buttons. So it's not that much of a mess. It's just that you need a lot. And I tried a lot of different things to try to see what is looking good. What if we make some glow buttons like that? I tried a lot of different logos, and then just like import them into the GrandMA and look how and try to understand how it's looking. Man, what do you say? Belgium is a nightmare for sounding in here. The Belgian people are the nicest people on earth. Every show we do in Belgium goes top notch. The people are amazing. Nah, you cannot say that. I had a lot of very bad tech hosting in Germany when we toured some years ago. But I think it was more like tech crew from Poland. But when we went to Poland, it was amazing. And like, yeah, then I know it's just depending, like a lot of time, a lot of situations are pretty messy. Hey man, from Slovakia, how are you doing? Théo, j'avais reconnu. Oh, Static. How do you do your MA3 networking? When do you using the MIDI fighter? Do you run on PC and join the session? GrandMA 3 is pretty amazing because they added OSC support. So for the entire networking stuff on the MIDI fighter, I just use an external laptop that gets the MIDI fighter signal, translate it into OSC, and I go back into the GrandMA on port Con 3 in OSC. So like OSC is fucking amazing, and you can do and control a very, very lot of aspects from the GrandMA with it. So that's quite cool. What are you guys talking about? Talking about like HF and stuff. Oh yeah, high frequency. And I first big OSC tour. It's lowering of my position as a technician. That's full. You come to France, man? What tour are you on? Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes it's better to be like a technician on the tour, so you have more time to enjoy than being the operator. Same as sometimes being the operator is more fun, but personally, I don't want to be like a operator on a fully time-coded show and just spend hours and hours programming to finally just have a seat and look at the whole show going on for an hour, and then just like have all the travel and all the mess. I would love to. I like to feel useful and do things, like just looking at things and making sure that everything's okay is not my favorite part of the job, even if sometimes it's good, especially if it's well paid. Holiday on Ice, amazing, man. How many shows do you do on this tour? Yeah, they have a look on OSC stuff that you can interact. Basically, like I use OSC with the MIDI fighter, and then I use your OSC with the Stream Deck and a companion application, because it helps me to control. Like I have all the store and clear, assign, and all the buttons on my Stream Deck directly. And it's same, like it's going in from companion into OSC into GrandMA. Quite a bit from India, man. How are you doing? What time of the day is it in India right now? Because I know a lot of people from India follow me on Instagram, ask me questions, and I don't know exactly when is the best time zone for me to go live so that you guys can enjoy it. Because you're probably looking like it's like 6 or 7 in the morning, right? Yeah, it's 2 in the morning, man. What are you doing? You should sleep. And the culture area is pretty big. A lot of risk. Guys, I think in India, you're already a very big market for a lot of things. I don't know how you guys recovered from COVID, but I know that before pandemic, like Asia was very big, and like India has always amazing crowd and stuff. Main thing in India always is like the whole electricity and like the whole technical part, where we are very used to in Europe to a lot of stuff that you in India just don't have. And it's the same in South America. I know like the technical aspect in South America can always be a mess, but like when I see the events, guys, it's amazing. Wasn't some work. I wanted to catch up on the stream. Yeah, so man, what is a good, you have 5 hours more, right? So I should go stream. I should go live like in early afternoon. For me, that's quite easy. So you guys can do it, right? plus 4.5 on white label. Let me have a look. Let me have a look on that. I'm so bad with time zones, but I know that, like, especially with having an international followers community, I really need to be more focused on that. You know, there's a lot of things, especially with Instagram, where people always tell you, like, yeah, you have to be careful. You need to exactly at this time and time, because that's the time of the day where people go to toilet and they open the phone and Instagram and they will see you. I say, like, when I look I was looking yesterday at what city is the most represented in my following and stuff. I think number 1 is Mumbai in India with less than 1%. So, like, that means that I have like a lot of people from all around the world watching my content. That's quite amazing. But in the same time, it's pretty hard to catch everybody just by timing and stuff. Any tips on getting into the EDM scene as an operator programmer? I have a lot of knowledge and a lot of programming operating now, but I'm doing just corporate. I want to do festival and concert. Man, I think that every light operator that doing corporate and that enjoys electronic music and culture wants to do that. There's no real secret. The secret is always the same. It's like, don't forget that it's a business and that you need to find people that are going to hire you to do the job. I am lucky because I'm very, very into the industry. So I started in nightclubs for less than 100 euros per night. And I built up year after year, met a lot of people, went to a lot of places. Yeah, the thing is, like, I am mostly stuck in EDM and stuff. I don't like to do anything else, so I'm really okay with that. But, like, a lot of people tell me, like, yeah, I'm more like into concert and I want to go into electronic music. And I don't say, yeah, and I'm stuck in electronic music. I want to go out, do something else. But nobody calls me to do something else. People just call me to do EDM events. And then, like, depending on how big the events are, like, you follow a little bit the scene, you see that like, each country has its operator, each country has its top Dutch companies that does the thing. Most of the time, there's just like one, maybe sometimes two companies that work, especially in electronic music. And then, yeah, it's really depending on, like, who's following which type of artist and who's following which type of label or party organization. And that's where, like, sadly, it's just business. You need to be lucky, met the right artist, following, hope that he's going to do the right thing as a DJ and with his music to be famous, and that by growing up as an artist, he will keep you by his side, so you grow up with him. That's pretty much what we did with Vladimir Koshman. Like, a lot of people right now that told me, like, they are lucky we work with Vladimir. Yeah, for sure, we're lucky. But, like, we started and built up the whole show from scratch. And we did it all together. It's not just me. It's like I have What the Flow with me on it. I have the DJ, the artist who's, like, involved a lot into the show. And we build this up all together. And, like, 4 years later, yeah, for sure, what we did is amazing. But yeah, we didn't start, like, super big. And most of the artists we're working on, especially in electronic music, we start working with them when they are, like, very, very low, very small bands. Sometimes it starts just with a one-night show. Sometimes it starts just with some visuals. And over the year, we try to with them and try to follow them step by step, slowly by slowly. And for sure, when you do this for like 10 or 15 years, when you look at the result right now, it looks amazing. But there's no magic trick to enter. Like, it's just like you need to catch the right people working in the industry and to on the chance and the occasion of, like, okay, there's a job. They need an operator. They don't have one. Okay, let's go. Like, I always tell my guys that if you want the right opportunity, the first thing you need to have is availability. If you're available, you can jump on the show and get the right opportunities. That's what I try to do. That's why I opened the company and I have a lot of people. So, like, everybody who's calling in at Visions, we have available for them. And it's not just me as an individual where, like, if this Saturday I have a show and I have a big opportunity coming, like, tomorrow or later tonight, I won't be able to do it because I'm already booked on another event. Comment il va, Scorch? Yeah, man, sorry. Speaking a bit fast, right? From the US, we have 4Wall here. They produce EDC, Ultra, and most of the EDM events around here. Find a way to get with them. Yeah, that's how it works. Like, a lot of time, we contracts not because we wanted it, just because we are with the right people. And it also happened that we do the job amazing. We are very famous. We are in a very good relationship with the people we are working on, but for some business reasons, they stop working with, like, one or one company or, like, a partner of us or something like that, and then we just lose the contract because, yeah, and I have no power on it. There are some clubs I have to work with them because it's a big deal with a lot of companies involved, and I'm part of this, and I'm okay with it. I'm super happy, and I follow my clients, whatever they kind of job they is. And there is some other jobs that we lose because there's a client over it, or like different lists of clients, like scenograph, artistic direction, rental company, and blah blah blah, and then finally us as operators. And yeah, that's the deal. It's the same. You're happy when you get opportunities, and you have to accept when you lose them. So that's all good. Did you see video Res Porter? Man, it's amazing. Would you guys be interested actually that we do some show, analyze and we watch some show together and talk about it all together? Do we decline gigs or not? As a company, we don't decline gigs, but for sure you cannot have Zyper on all your gigs because just like we are fully into it. We had some big talking today with What to Flow and the whole team. In April, there was like 2 or 3 weekends where I have requests on 4 or 5 different clients that I follow. So 2 where I am the main light operator, and they fall all the same day, but not on the same location. So I cannot be at 4 different locations at the same time. And that's what we do at Vision. You hire us as a company and as a team. You don't hire me, Zyper, as a light operator alone. And so we always have someone for you, and we always work, train, and do our best so that even if it's not Zyper with all his experience and everything, the guy is going to do a great job. And that's I'm so much nerdy and into my light programming and stuff, because I know that 90% of the programming is made basically by macros and stuff. So we all come with the same show file. We all come with the same base. And you don't have like Zyper who's coming with a super nice show file and can do like magic stuff. And guy who's going to be here when Zyper's not available, he's just going to struggle for hours and hours with some stupid things that I already figure out how to make it like a one button experience. I'm also going very mad at my guys when I send them on the job and they tell me the day after, like, oh, I struggle with this. And I'm like, you should not struggle with this. Just text me and I'd give you the tips so you know that you don't lose any time with it. But yeah, I with a lot of people. We are like 20, 25 people team right now. And I try to follow and train and help as much as possible, my guys. So like we are a very close team. On a lot of different aspects, and we have a great turnover. So like everybody's free to work with us, and they are sick of it when they're gonna try to evolve by themselves. Like they are free to go. They have no like full-time contracts or stuff like that with us, because I want the guys to be as free as possible. I just want them to enjoy, and I just want, like, if I have an opportunity for them, I want them to do a great job, be happy, enjoy it for sure, and that my client's happy, everybody gets paid, and we can move on. Thanks for the info, man. I really appreciate it. Someone else, it would be super cool. Man, like, someone has a nice video from the Res Porter, or is it too early? Like, I saw it on Instagram. Let me see if I can try to find something. Like, there's a real hype, and a lot of people lately really working on those, like, screens that are still a flat surface, but do some depth into it with 3D and stuff. Nah, I'm not sure we can find anything that's gonna look good, because like I don't want like oh, actually, good question, guys. Like, if I show you this, do you guys have let me just give a second. I need to hide. Yeah, if we switch to this, do you guys have the sound of the video? That's the problem where I should like wear a headphone, right? Yes, no sound. Yeah, because like, do you hear the sound through the microphone, or do you hear the sound of the video actually? Quiet now, right? Yeah, that's the issue I have. So for doing that, I need to wear a microphone, because if I turn the sound on too high, it's gonna go out of my speakers. Or maybe I should just shut down my speakers. Does this work? Wait, just give me a second, because like the card is hidden there. Better like that, guys? Oh wait, yeah. Video capture device, mic in, no sound. Okay. And no sound because you guys need the system sound. Can I add it? Okay, give me a second. Essential media widget, capture video, capture application, audio capture microphone. I know I had it last day when I set up the first stream, I had this option, and now like I just I removed it. So I was happy because it shut down the stuff. Be careful, guys, because like if it's being a big shit, I shut it down and like it's. I told you, I'm gonna shut it down. Sorry for that, guys. To capture. That's it, right? Now it should be off. I love like messing it out with audio. It's just my favorite thing in the world. Okay, now it's off, and so what the flow told me like 25%. Let's see, like if I just give it like minus 25 dB, should be right? Yes. Okay, I saved that. So guys, I don't know if you saw the like if you have some thing about Red, what she's doing. It's like nightmares, a lot based on nightmares, and like she has, I won't say she has amazing visual content, but those guys, they know the content to produce to make the thing looks amazing, especially on Instagram. So like they a lot of time people tell me like, yeah, this artist or this one has better visuals than other. It's a big thing, but like the guys who work on the show behind it, they have it right since the very beginning. And that helped Rez to be such a popular artist because like she always has that catchy and good looking thing. Plus the fact that I don't know how, but like in America, she's like super big. And by being super big, she has access to super big production. Yeah, it's full. I guess it's fully time coded. You can see it because the lights doesn't go too crazy and the lights doesn't do anything wrong. And also the lights are like fully synchronized with the visuals and the music. So yeah, I don't think it's time coded at all. So Portal is, I really like when an artist comes up with a concept and has a real thing with the name of the concept, the visual aspect on how she represents the concept and how they sell them, like the flyer of the events and stuff, the stage design, and then the way they work with lights and visuals. So New Res show is called Portal, so it's all about the portal, and you have this huge screen that is like used as a sphere, and not a sphere, a circle. And yeah, like most of the content, I didn't see that much, but like most of the stuff I saw is all about like infinite portal going down, going back. And like, as I said before starting that, it's a lot about making it look like it looks like a tunnel, when what we are looking at is just a flat screen with some flat video displayed on it. And yeah, a lot of people, I see a lot of people into that. The Charlotte DeWitt and Amelie Lenz show from last month was a lot about that. And also like a lot of stuff they do with Black Coffee has some type of depth. I'm super excited by this. And in the same time, I hate it because like I'm a live experience guy. And like if you look at it from the side, you lose all the depth because like you're looking at the flat surface. So a lot of time it works amazingly good on Instagram because you see it from the right point of view and everything. But like as soon as you move a little bit out of the center, it just looks like nothing special. But yeah, that's the compromise you have to do. For now, we cannot have a 3D shaped screen that gives us this. And yeah, at least like it helps a lot the artists to shine on Instagram, grow and gain a lot of popularity. And you have to do it like this now to get the people coming to your show, sell the tickets, and be able to pay for such a production. So yeah, not sure there's a lot to see from now because I think they did the first show this weekend. But like, yeah, I saw a lot of things on Instagram. There were also pretty clever move. They released a song with Anima the week before the first show. So you're sure like the whole Instagram and the whole world is talking about Rest right now. So she's releasing a new show with Anima. Anima is playing at the Sphere. The show is looking the visual is like this type of tunnel that comes back into the Portal show. So they do it all right from start to finish. So I saw this, like you probably all saw this kind of thing in the beginning of the week. And so yeah, and then Saturday she plays her first Portal show. Oh yeah. I like that's the thing, like they map lasers and visuals together. That looks amazing all the time. It's so cool. I'm always excited. It's Rest show, I love it because I will never do it like this because it's way too boring for me. But at the same time, like the way they do it looks perfect. And there's always great ideas. So like I'm always like, every time there's a new Rest show, like I'm super happy because I know they're gonna blow my mind. And it always like gives me good ideas about things to do. At the Deadmau5 Cube I don't know, like I have huge respect for Deadmau5. I love everything he's doing. I have huge respect for the fact that he's like working himself on his visuals and stuff. But like, yeah, in the same time, should we let an artist produce his music and his visual content? Is this really legit? Isn't it better if you have like one who's mastering production and the other one who's mastering visuals and bring two people together? That, yeah, I don't know. But like, I love the visual aspect of the cube and everything deadmau5 is doing. And at the same time, I don't see a lot of sense behind it. It looks amazing. But is there a real storytelling? Is there a real thing behind it? I don't know. But I'm living in France. deadmau5 didn't show up in France since a very long time. So like all I can see is like YouTube videos. So maybe I'm very wrong about this point. I just watched it on YouTube. So you did everything yourself, video and lights. Man, like I'm a light visual, and I also create the visual content, so motion design. So you can change live point of view for the audience in like the LED volume. Toots, yes, but at the end of the day, you still display the one visual on the screen. What we will need is like screen where like the people from that are in front of the screen have one point of view and from the screen, and this is playing one video for this guy. And when you move to the side, you see something different from the same surface, and you see the visual from the side. But for now, this technology doesn't exist, from what I know. But maybe one day, you know, like it's like you have this some kind of papers and some stuff where when you, depending on where you are positioned in front of this, you see something different. We will need LED screen that adapts and show you a different visual depending on where you are in the crowd. Now I don't know the guys behind Res. Maybe I have them somewhere, but I don't know them. I spoke with them pretty. I think I've met them. I met them once, but like a long time ago. Probably changed the team and everything. Oh man, but I don't want to react on time codes and stuff. As I said in my first live stream, I'm not a big time code and light guy. Light things and stuff passionate about. I'm passionate about the final result of a live show and by the experience you give to the crowd. So like we can watch some shows like the Porto show of Res I'm really happy like that we can talk and see some stuff like that. But I have no interest into like just looking at the time code 3D view or 3D show and like, saying if I like it or not, because most of the time I will just say me as a person, I don't like it because it just doesn't speak to me. But like I have a huge respect for a lot of different light operators. I'm really happy that we are all working, or we try mostly to work in different ways. So that's good for the scene too, because if we all work the same way, like it wouldn't be much more boring. But I don't think I'm not interested in reacting into a lot of stuff. But what we can do if you want, we can react on some of my stuff. Because I have so many videos and you guys can never see them. It's on my Insta. So yeah. As I said earlier, today I just started checking in my 360 camera. I had a big mess like exporting all the stuff. Just give my computer some time. Wait, I'm just gonna... Yeah, great. Is NDI used on live show? Yes, for sure, man. You have no idea how many people use NDI. It's just like we all know it's not the best solution, but you know, like 90% of the time, if it works, and it's just okay. What else did you guys have for me? So yeah, wait, let me see. Where I was like checking, and I was mind blown by some of the 360 stuff I have in my own camera, and I had no idea I have those footage. Why did I put them? I have them. Insta360. Yep, here. I have a Insta360. I don't remember exactly which one. I have the big one with the nice lenses. Was thinking about switching to the new one, the 4K one, but like it's a bit expensive and I didn't see the point of like just buying the same shit again. Guys, let me know if you can hear the sound. You guys are gonna see what nobody else sees. All these views where like you can see me trying to check the camera if everything's okay. And so like, most of the time I'm filming, I'm looking like an idiot because I have those meta glasses on. Yeah. So this was one of my favorite shows from last year's season with its main square in Arras. It was a huge one and the lighting setup was amazing. The LED screen wasn't that big. So sorry for what the flow. We had some favorite shows. But like I love these 360 cameras because you can really see everything that happens in front of house. For sure on Instagram, I have to pick like the best 10, 15, 30 seconds so that makes them look catchy. And like the aspect of Instagram is not really good for 360 cameras, but here you can really see everything that's going on. And like we have like hours and hours of footage like that when you can just zoom in and see what everybody is doing. It's like, I love that, because when I play, my mind is fully focused on this view, like my desk, what's going on my desk and what's going on live. And like, I don't realize a lot of things, and I can see then with the 360 cameras, all the people doing this. And like, there's people on all the cameras, on all the shows, people standing and just looking at the show for hours and hours. A good sound. Merci Flo. Great for seeing the concept, but the stage view isn't great for detail. Yeah, like I'm lucky because, especially on this show, I have the stage view. Yeah, we talked about it last time, where you guys were asking if I can tell in detail more stuff about the Vladimir Kozma show. Not sure for now I'm allowed to do it, but like for this show, I captured a lot of 360 stuff, and I have the full show here as a recorded video, so it looks much better, and that's what helps me to make better content on Instagram too. Did you ever try to GoPro on your head, man? That's so 2015. We're in 2025. So yeah, I have the clear view. It never looks very perfect too, but it's good to have. And like we try to record the show beginning of the season and end of the season, and so we can have a clear view on what we did and what we do better. So most of the time we have recording on the residency show, so that we can like train and learn before the first shows. And then like we try to record not the first one, but like after 2 or 3 gigs, we try to have a nice record, so that we can see everything that's working fine and everything that's not that great. And then like at the end of the season, we do another recording, where that's basically our like final shot, where the show looks really amazing. Everything fights right in the right place. But yeah, this show was super cool, super dope. And there's one thing we don't do for now, but like we should work on it, is recording the sound in a better quality too, because like most of this recording is just a microphone recording of the camera. Looks cool, huh? So yeah, I have a full 1 hour recording of this show. But like I was interested in just having a look on what's in the 360 camera. So and I have a lot of different shows. This was Paleo in Switzerland. What the fuck? I think we never had a look on all this stuff, right? You're discovering it, huh? For the first time. The stage view is always wide like this. The sound is pretty low. Better like that, right? Depending on the application. I have so many recordings, but we never watched them. This was what was the name of this one? Dream Nation in Paris. And you see, like when I know my show, that's like really, this one was in October, so you can really see like October, my show file is okay. The lights, I know them, and like you can see like how I'm just focused. I don't have to touch the desk too much because I know exactly what my desk is doing. I'm just like, looking at the stage and focus on like putting the right stuff at the right moment, and I can like, that's the point where I can even talk to my VJ. And Celestin, it was one of his first show, like, and it's a brand new show where we play techno with Vladimir. So I can give him guidance, like telling him, okay, this gonna happen then, and then you do this and I do this, because like what's happening on my desk is all good. The desk is doing his job, and I just have to push the right button at the right time. And like have a look at live operators and festivals and stuff. Most of the time, like fully, they are sitting and they are fully into the desk. Not sure they had that much focus on what's going on live. Like this show, we also had a laser operator. Looks so sick, man. I don't know, like because before, like all those files, I just checked them on my phone. I don't know if they look better because I now look them on my computer or what. But there's so much content I could share, right? What else do we have? That's Phantom. That's the club we had in Paris. When is this? That's a show with Hermini, first VJ show. She was so stressed. That's a club we have, but like we're no more working with them. We tried if you follow, like, we tried a lot of different stage setup lately, like moving all the stuff, and I was pretty happy lately with the light show was looking fucking amazing from my point of view, and like we also changed the screen setup a little bit. What else do we have? That's still the same. A lot of time, like I just turn on the cameras and just in case of something happen, and then it's just a mess for hours and hours. Sometimes like we have content like this for like 20 minutes. Clubbing nights are a bit less fun. When you play for like 4 or 5 hours, you can see that like there's less smile and less fun in my face, right? Focus, man. I really like. I'm sorry for all the guys that I really love like, looking at people's face while they are watching a show, because that's something you never go to a party and just look at people's face. You look at the stage, you look at the DJ, look at what happened. But like, it's so funny how much people can be focused sometimes. Maybe that's. I'm not sure I'm allowed to show all this footage, guys. Sorry for that. What else do we have? I'm just like going through files. That's New Year's. That was a funny one. Look, I have 2 grenade. Like this one, actually, I don't know like if I should post about it or not because I wasn't really happy with the final result. That's the first time I was working with some X, Y, and Y, X, Y, and Z grids in the Grenade 3 because like I had, it's a 360 stage. And that's where I will need a full size. That's why we used both grenade just because I needed to try a lot of things. So I need much more space to put buttons and programs and stuff and look at, okay, is it working or not? And so, and that's why for this one, I use like the 2MA just to have more faders, more screens and stuff. Because yeah, that was a huge setup, but so cool to use. I learned so much. And like after this show, I went to like changing all the macros and stuff. Because I knew like, okay, my chasers on X, they were great, but like when you add the Y and Z dimension, then they're fucked up and they need to be, I wanted to be able to change them easier in live. As you can see, this was a second show with Trim, so I didn't know the music that much and everything. It was a bit less confident on this one, but still looks good. I'm pretty happy with that one. What else do we have? That's Phantom with Satan. I have a lot of shooting of Phantom that I'm not, yeah, that's the Minecraft playing stuff. I have a lot of shots of Phantom because like every time I have a new VJ with me, I'm happy to get some footage for them. So just so they can see how they look on stage and how stressed they are sometimes. Also, like I used a lot of those footage to show them like when we try to see what we can do better, so that they can see like basically he had this issue. He has one hand just doing nothing. And I told him, like, there's so much stuff to control and to do. Like, how can you just use one hand when you will need 2? That's a trick for the Minecraft. I won't talk about it now. But it looks cool now that you play Minecraft on your desk. What else do we have? I'm looking because I have some older shots from last year and 2 years ago. That's a very small show we did in east of France. And sometimes, as I thought last time, sometimes you don't expect much from a show. And this show, like, I don't know why, the laser looked fucking amazing that night. The light show wasn't that impressive. The visuals were okay, but like the screen, I think the screen was pretty small now. But like, I know that the lasers, they looked like amazing that night. And so like, we did much more laser than what we usually do. And the screen is very small. Hey guys, thank you so much for showing up. And yeah, I noted it for India. I will try to stream early in the afternoon next time for me. So that you guys from India can follow more the live streamers and stuff. And like also like, I don't know if you noticed, but like I try to put them on replay now and upload them on my YouTube channel. Like, so when you guys are missing something, feel free to check on the YouTube channel so you guys can follow. And that's a small screen, right? The same, man. It's always so funny. All those people just sitting here. And at the same time, what else do you want to do? Just sitting here? But I really love how some people are vibing sometimes, some not. And like the reaction that you can see, like he messed it up. And sometimes, like, even the guys who spend like 1 hour, you think they are sleeping or what? And then like, there's always this guy filming for hours. Like, he's filming the whole set. I would love those guys to send me the videos. I can spend hours looking like those shots. That's with Lucy. This one we had, that's Phantom. And we removed the roof because we had some mirrors on the roof before to try up a setup with much more lights. So I had like, I think 48 mega points more on this show. Was quite amazing. That's like another video. I think that was 2023, maybe 2022, 2024, 2023. I don't remember. And like, yeah, we added much more lights on the top. It was amazing. That looks great. I just didn't have any time to program that much. VNB with Vladimir Koshmer when? 2 or 3 years ago? I don't think so. Oh, one of my screens just turned off. I don't think we play VNB this year, but for now, like I don't have the exact planning. I cannot tell you which show I'm doing and which not with Vladimir. I remember like I had quite a strange layout on the wash that night. That looks cool. Like that's another thing. By doing those nightclubs and stuff, I wasn't allowed to really play on the setup before 4 in the morning because like I have to do a warm up before the main artist, so until 2 a.m. So I just like keep it very dark and basic. Then the main artist is playing. Most of the time, the guys, they don't have really time to get over the whole setup, especially in a nightclub like this, because it's too specific. It's not a festival rig. And so like I'm only allowed to play for like the last 2 hours. And so most of the time when I take over at 4 a.m., I just wake up the thing. Because I know like I'm gonna lose like, most of the crowd. I'm gonna lose it like in 45 minutes an hour, and then from 5 to 6 we try to keep it a bit more cool so that people wake up and that they easily go out of the club at 6 a.m. in the morning. I was saying like poor sound guy, they have nothing to do. And then we have an LX operator, but he's not here today. What else? What the Flow, you still here? Remember this one? Serious Faces. That's when we played for Ami Lenz, I think. You know, it's like a big night with a big artist when you have 2 sound guys sleeping, checking if the sound is okay. And we had like, that's the all setup with the mirror. I hated the light setup, but the mirror thing was looking good. Now that they removed it, like I was happy with it. It's just the having all those mirrors in the center of the club was a nightmare for having a very nice light setup. One sound guy is never enough. You always need 2 or 3, man. Watching the sound, you never know what can happen. Huh? Watching if the sound goes too loud or not. That must be Amelie Lens too, yeah. Must be like all the old icons and stuff, yeah. Just make it flash and white. I think that's one of the pod. That's the pod I shared last time. That's the 6 or 7 million views on Instagram right now. Basically, the story behind this one is like, I used to shot fire from the lighting desk, and I had just one button that shot all the fire at once. And for this show, like at the end of the setup in the afternoon, like my SFX operator, because I have an SFX guy on stage, he's like, he can operate if he wants, and he can just shut it down when it's not safe on stage. So I just send him an information and he decides if the information goes through or not. And he told me like, man, like you have 10 firehead, why don't you do some chase effects and stuff? And I had no chase ready, and I don't like to make that many chases. So I just like program each button, like 10 buttons, one for each head. And I just like did exactly what I just did here, like just going through like that. And he was like, oh man, those chases are amazing. Let's say, okay. And he told me like, tonight use chases. And so like on one build up, I just decided, okay, what if I just like turn them on one by one in rhythm like this? And like I really had like 10 buttons just for this fucking 10 fire stuff. And that's how the magic happened. For What the Floor, he's like just boring, because like I tell him like, I turn the screen off because I'm gonna do some fire. It was such a cool show. Like the front of house vibe was amazing. The rest you know, right? And that night I had some issues on my blinder. I don't remember why exactly. I think it was, I had like 4 beam light blinder. I think a 4 cell they call it. And I had my fader in master mode. That means that I only had control on the first bulb of the 4 bulb of the blinder. What do you guys ask? Do you have DMX data send Resolume to have master control? No, because I have a VJ. He's doing an amazing job, and so I don't have to carry about that. A lot of people think that it's funny to carry about the SFX, the lasers and everything, but it's a mess because it's just some more thing that I have to manage when I play live. And like, when I play on small setups, it's pretty easy because like I'm happy to have control on a lot of different things. When I play on stages like that, I have so much thing to manage just with all the lights, all the movements, all the effects I can do and everything, that like my head is fully focused on that, and I can do so many things that most of the time I'm less focused on lasers and SFX and stuff. And it's saying like, I always try to find the right balance so that my VJ has space to play his thing too, because like video is very important on this show. So like there's a lot of moments where I just try to keep it darker. But like when we have such a big setup like we had for this one, we know like I just try to go, and like on other times, like when the LED screen is huge, I try to do a bit less with lights and give video a bit more space. But like most of the time we try to really be synchronized and play well together, like with lights and visuals and SFX and lasers and all stuff. So yeah, that's not a big fight on that. Why the MIDI fighter goes through OSC and not directly through MIDI? Because MIDI fighter is not a MIDI device. There's no direct MIDI output. What MIDI fighter connects through USB on a computer, and there's a driver who's sending the MIDI inside of the computer. There's no MIDI coming out of the MIDI fighter. So like you need to plug it in by USB in a computer, and then from the computer route the MIDI signal out and send it out with the USB to MIDI cable. So that works great. The thing is, I used it before on Grenade 2 this way. I used it on Champs this way. But like right now, I like to have a lot of different controllers with me. It makes my job more fun. When we are touring, this is the 5th gig of this year. So this is still exciting because I have a lot of new things to try. After 7-8 gigs, I know the show perfectly. So I'm happy to try new things, to have fun, to keep myself entertained and to try new things. So like I keep the OSC, you can see it here. Like I have the laptop with the translator to OSC because I can add a lot of different controllers this way. Like I have the Elgato pedal, I have the joystick, the gaming controller. So that helps me keeping myself fun, sharp, and trying new things. That gives me new ideas for the show. Yeah, this is quite a long sequence. Yeah, I have the end of the show. That's the other thing you guys never see. When it's finally done. The backup and saving and calling it like version final. Let's go, and thanking everybody, because like the people always think that there's just a DJ. And then like people on my Instagram, they always tell me like, yeah, we are the real heroes behind the show. Like, it's a team job. Like all those people, they help me. If those guys don't do a good job on the setup, on the stage, on the hosting, like I'm not available to do anything good or better. So like we know like the tech teams are small. It's always the same people. So I know exactly, and I'm happy when I go to places where I know who is going to host me. Because this way I know exactly they know what I need. And when I arrive, like everything is set up the way I need, and I go much faster and I can do much more things. Instead of places where I arrive and I have to explain exactly what I do, and the guys are asking me like a lot of questions about my setup and everything. So yeah. There's just the videos of Main Square, or do we have some other ones? I think that's pretty much everything I had on stock right now. What time is it? Yeah, it's already 10. Guys, do you have some other question? I was super happy to share some stuff with you. Gonna try to do some other ones. Like, I wanted to update the graphics, finally didn't have time, and I think it's gonna just be a boring process to do that on live. So I will work on it offline. I might go like for some very small live online just to try some new graphics assets and some animation. I have a bit of time this week. And we will try to see each other again next week. Not Monday, so I might go Tuesday or Wednesday, going through a real Resolum masterclass like we did some years ago, but I'm guess like a lot of people here lost it and didn't see it. So we can talk and go very deep into Resolum, the way I work. And always good to catch up with you guys. Always happy to share your stuff. I'm super happy because like just sharing things on Instagram doesn't allow me to go that deep and share so many things. And if you guys enjoy just watching content and videos and stuff that you never see and we never talked about it, I will try to dedicate a live to that and try to find a lot of hidden gems we have and some amazing shows that we did that you guys never saw about. So yeah, we'll prepare that for you. If you guys have some questions, feel free to ask them, last ones. And if not, we're gonna shut down the stream and I go for dinner because I'm hungry. And then I'm gonna try some time to update those fucking graphics so that next time you guys can see me in a new thing. Yeah, like this. Merci beaucoup les gars, c'était trop cool, ça fait plaisir. Et on se revoit la semaine prochaine. Good, thank you, bye bye.